Mark, 30 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. On my next mark, it'll be our final time cue at 15 seconds. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Live from Mellow Mushroom in the Cornerstone District in Lynchburg, Virginia, the Liberty Flames football show is on the air. Your chance to hear from Liberty head football coach Jamey Chadwell comes your way on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty Football Show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty Football Show is also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Shotgun snap and a pitch around the right side to Von Blue to the 10, the 5, a cutback, and he's in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty, Von Blue.
Now let's talk Liberty Flames football. Here's your host, the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right. Good evening here as we bring you Liberty football tonight from Mellow Mushroom in Lynchburg. Our Liberty football show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Good crowd on hand tonight. We'll be here till 7:30 talking Liberty football. There's other college football games going on a little bit later tonight. That's Army at East Carolina, but Mellow Mushroom has all the TVs and all the good food you could need here tonight as we talk Liberty football. Liberty's going to be on the road coming up on Saturday at Old Dominion. It'll be the sixth meeting between Liberty and the Monarchs as Liberty comes into this game after their setback to JMU this past Saturday, 31-13. Liberty 1-3 on the season, while Old Dominion will come in at 2-1. And they've had a pretty impressive resume, including a tough loss in Week 1 at number 20 Indiana, 27-14. A home win over North Carolina Central, and a road win in Blacksburg at Virginia Tech. And we'll talk all that with head coach Jamey Chadwell coming up here in just a minute. If you'd like to join our show, you can post a message on X at LFSN Radio. You can email us here at lfsn@liberty.edu. And for those on our video streams here tonight on YouTube and Facebook, you can send a question or comment in the chat, and we'll try to get some of those as we move on here tonight. We've got a couple of player guests, including place kicker Jay Billingsley and linebacker Derell Ferrar. We'll be talking to them about midway through our show, and look forward to telling you about their stories and how they got to Liberty and their impact they're having on this football team here this season. All right, with all the housekeeping duties out of the way, let's bring in our head coach, Jamey Chadwell. Coach, good to have you here tonight.
Yeah.
Your family in tow as well. Good to see them. And how's the week gone? Lots to talk about as we enter Old Dominion coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, you regroup. You learn from what happened, last week, and some things you did well, some things you got to get better on, and you regroup as a team, and you go back to work. You try to fix the things that you need to fix, and you keep working, and that's what I think our group has done. And we know we got a big challenge Saturday, but our guys are looking forward to get back out there and hopefully getting us a W.
I know for me, just being the radio guy, when I come out to practice, I kind of judge, okay, where's the energy at with the guys as they build up to the next game plan. I was out there a little bit today, and you'd think it was Saturday, as hyped up as they were for a Thursday kind of walk through as you kind of iron the game plan out. How do you judge the week and, okay, the team is kind of locked in for the next game?
I think, you just want to make sure when they're coming out every day, what's the attitude they bring? Is there an attitude just to, go back to work? And because you obviously have expectations, you're not meeting them, currently, and you don't want guys. You want to have a mindset of, hey, what's in the past is in the past. We got to focus on the next thing, the next task at hand, and that's going out and getting better and trying to get a victory against another opponent. And so, what's the mindset they bring on a Tuesday, and the attitude? Is there positivity? Are they encouraging each other? Are they still working hard and working on the things they need to improve? And so you judge that each day. And we've not had I wouldn't say we've had a week where we've just had, just bad whatever. I think we've got a team that's matured and understands we're not doing X, Y, Z, and that's the reason why we're not where we would like to be, and so they're working hard on fixing those things. And we have to, everybody's disappointed, as you can see that, but I think they've practiced and they've put the time in to go out and try to be their best on Saturdays.
Let's get a couple of thoughts here, Coach, as we kind of unpack the JMU game. 31-13, the final score. I was making some notes here of all of your 4 games. All of them have been one-score games in the fourth quarter. You beat Maine, you scored to make it a one-touchdown game at Jacksonville State, and it was a one-touchdown or less than entering the fourth quarter in Bowling Green and JMU. What have been some of the separators in those fourth quarters that, at least the last 3 weeks, that the scores on the other side of the ball?
Well, I think part of it is we're not doing what we need to, maybe 1 through 3, to put ourselves in some of those situations, whether we've penalties or some things that have set us back from having some points on the board that could have maybe had the lead going into the fourth or some of those things. And then anytime that we've been able to try to get some momentum, the opposing team has been able to take it back right away. So that sort of stymied some momentum. Mm-hmm. But last week, you're up 13-10, and then they score, make it 17-13, and we have some opportunities offensively to try to get some drives. We just weren't able to do it. Maybe need to try to get one more stop on defense. Not able to do it, just to keep us there. And I don't think it's something that. Hey, are we getting tired in the fourth quarter? I wouldn't say we're getting tired in the fourth quarter. I would say if offensively you're not moving the ball consistently, your defense is going to get wore down eventually. Right. And that happens to be in the fourth quarter, and if you're not scoring enough points, that happens, which we've not been doing that in general. And I think the positive is if you played your best, no. The positive is even then we've had opportunities in all these games to try to come out with a victory, and we've not played overly well in some form or fashion in all 3 phases. If we can do that consistently in all 3 phases, I think we have a good football team. I believe that, and I've told the team that I believe that. Yep. We've just got to do it. We can talk about it. We just got to do it. I thought last week we played cleaner than we have. We special teams I thought was solid. I thought we took care of the ball offensively. I thought our defense got the ball. We got an interception, a big turnover. We just need to do it consistently for all 4 quarters, and if we can do that, then our likely chances of winning some games. And to me, that's been more of our focus is the things we do well. We just got to do it consistently.
And you see that in practice. So you and I have talked about the reps that you see in practice and getting them to translate into the game. It just hasn't been there. I mean, they're putting the work in. We see it. But they've been so close. Is that head scratching, or is it you don't win some of these games, but at the same time you're in them, so trying to take a positive out of that. But I know there's no moral victories at all.
No, there's not, especially when and you feel like you could win the games. It's not like it'd be one thing I'd ever tell you, hey, I don't think we're any good, and that's just the way it is. I don't think that's true. I think we've got a good team. We're not, but we are 1-3, and that's what our record is. And you are what your record is, and that's who we are right now. And I think it just takes all 3 phases, just putting all the noise away, any expectations, all those things, and just focusing on those things. Hey, what can we do to make sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position possible to go play well? And we played some good teams. It's not like
no
the teams
doubt about it.
We played some good teams, but And so that's why I'm positive. Like, I know we're playing good teams, but also I know, man, we're right there. And if we're playing what we're capable of, I think we could be easily sitting here 4-0. And I strongly feel that we're not. That's my fault as the head coach. So I got to figure out why we're not, and I got to make sure our guys don't put too much emphasis on, the record and all this, and just go play. Go play.
Coach, you have a leadership council that you lean on in wins and losses. How does that group of athletes help your team in kind of the, I want to call it a lull, but in the last 3 weeks? How do they help your team?
Call it what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Their job is they need to be a voice for the team, right? So they're the unity council, so they're all playing different positions, and so they got to be a voice for their team if there's any concerns from the team might have about anything there. But also they have to be, for a better term, like a mouth. Hey, this is what we see. From a coaching staff, this is the things we need, and they got to be that voice that goes in the locker room and says, "Hey, these are the things that we know we need to do better, and we need everybody bought into that and sold out for that." And that's their job of that, and they're also what they need to be doing, and I believe that they are. If we're not doing necessary things, if we're not doing the little detail stuff, making sure that they're holding themselves accountable to that. If you're a leader, you got to do your job better than anybody, but also saying, "Hey, we need this from you." Going and telling people we need this. These little things here are adding up for us not being able to be our best. Because at the end of the day, you look at all those things, the details of the technique of blocking, why we got a holding call was because we weren't little details of that. The details of missed tackle, maybe your head was down instead of being up. All those little things, just encourage and make sure guys are doing every little detail possible so we can get this thing going in the direction we want it to go. That's the job of that council, is to be that voice and keep guys. Stay in the course, because that, and I'm sure you can ask these guys, but it's challenging when you have expectations. You're not winning, man. You're getting that, and there's a lot of outside noise, and in that locker room, and there's going to be a lot of people, man. Why is all? And you got to make sure everybody's still going and fighting for the same thing and fighting in the same direction. I believe we are. I don't think there's any issues with that, but that's what that job has got to be.
Awesome. Still a lot of football left, and the next game up, Old Dominion on Saturday. Before we take our first break, I want to remind fans about our memories on the mountain. Great ways to enhance your game day experience, whether it be through a video board shout-out, helping usher the team through the team walk in the indoor facility, maybe starting the Flames quarter up in the press box, hitting that red button that you can start the Journey song and all that good stuff. It's called Memories on the Mountain. More information is available at libertyflames.com or calling the Liberty Ticket Office 434-592-5015. Still to come, we'll be talking to place kicker Jay Billingsley, linebacker Derell Ferrar, our two student-athlete representatives here tonight. We got one more segment with Coach, a couple more thoughts on JMU, and then looking ahead to Old Dominion coming up on Saturday. This is the Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union, live at Mellow Mushroom tonight on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's Bo time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Back inside Mellow Mushroom here tonight as we talk Liberty football, our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. My name is Alan York, alongside the head coach, Jamey Chadwell. Liberty will be out in the 757 on Saturday night. 6 o'clock kickoff, Liberty and Old Dominion, 6th all-time meeting between the two. Liberty holds the overall series 4-1, including 4 wins in a row, outscoring the Monarchs 173-61 during that stretch. All right, Coach, a couple more thoughts from you before we let you go get some dinner. We got our player reps coming up. Jay Billingsley, Liberty kicker, and Derell Ferrar, Liberty linebacker, will join us here tonight. A couple thoughts on those guys before we get a couple more questions in.
Yeah, they've been great additions for us. You know, they both were at other institutions, and we recruited them specifically to fit a need. What they've been phenomenal outside of the field is just they've been great fits for us, great fits here at Liberty. Love football. They fit into the culture that we have. They enhance it. They're just good young men. We're proud to have the opportunity to coach them, and they're headstrong.
Yeah.
I think, you know, and they're older, which is good. They're headstrong. Hey, we're going through some challenges. It's going through Jay went through some challenges early in the season, and he stayed the course. He's believed in himself, and then you saw what he did last week. You know, They don't lose faith in themselves, and you got to have that in football, and I'm proud of them for just those guys, the mental toughness that they have.
We were talking a little bit during the commercial break, Jamey, about your offense, and we were looking at some of the numbers. I've got my broadcast charts out here that are about 90% ready for Saturday, and you were looking at the points scored and, you know, season high, season low. We've got all that on our broadcast charts, and you want this offense to find its identity. And how have you gone about doing that? What are some things that have kind of held it back to finding that identity? And, again, one way to go, and that's up. And what are your prospects, at least for Saturday?
Yeah, I think you can statistics obviously tell a lot, but, you know, they can lie too. I think part of it is you look, if you look back, you look at how many the penalties have killed us in certain ways, as far as taking points off the board in a lot of ways. So that you take some 21 points off the board in a couple of different games. You know, maybe those games are different. Maybe you hold the ball longer. You know, we've had some penalties. We've had those turnovers, and so part of the identity we want to establish the run game, control the line of scrimmage, keeps our defense off the field. Hopefully wear down the opponent. Then you have to be able to take your shots downfield and some of those things. We've not been able to do that because every time, prior to this last week, every time that we've had the ball, if you turn it over the way we have, man, that limits your opportunities. The defense is more out there. You're playing from behind, and now that changes your game plan a little bit. You know, last week we were in the process of doing that. Obviously, the injury set us back a little bit to our quarterback and some of the things that we had planned. And so we just need to get back to being able to establish the run game and being able to control the ball. And then, one, that rest of our defense allows them to be fresher for longer. And two, it hopefully what that can do is it allows you more shots down the field, more explosive plays. And when we've been successful, that's been our MO, and so we got to get back to that. And it's not like that we've gotten away from it, but I think the way the season's gone, it's been challenging for us because you've been behind and you're trying to do certain things. So we got to be better there, in all facets.
You mentioned your quarterback, your starting quarterback, Ethan Vasco, goes out right before halftime. You bring Michael Merdinger in. Ethan Houck got his first playing time as a true freshman at quarterback. And there's Jaden Bradford that has been elevated in the depth chart. You addressed Ethan Vasco Tuesday during your media session. I think it was 48 hours ago. So how has the practice gone for your quarterbacks this week?
Yeah, Ethan, his progress from Saturday till today has been great as far as Vasco, as far as just his improvement. I can't tell you right now that, hey, we're 100% confident he's going to play. I think we still got to go through tomorrow and Saturday and see how that works. So majority of the reps have went to the other guys there. Mike and Jaden have gotten some reps, and then Ethan as well. You potentially, if Vasco's not playing, I think you potentially maybe could see all three of those. Okay. You're obviously going to see Mike's going to be the starter. We'll see how that goes. Houck played some last week, and he'll have a similar role to that because of his skill set. If Ethan Vasco is not playing, then those three or two, whoever it ends up being, they got to perform well. They don't have to do anything to win the game, but they can't lose it for us by making bad decisions or not making the right decision. Like I think last week, and Mike will tell you this, there's a couple plays Mike could have made that were some basic things that he's done in practice, but that first time in the game there and against a good team, maybe just wasn't ready to do that. I think the week of practice I help him so he can go play better. Saturday.
I've enjoyed watching all these quarterbacks, and I encourage the fans out there tuning in, watching, or here at Mellow Mushroom. I talked to all five of the quarterbacks back in May. We podcasted all five, and I talked about 20 minutes with each of them. And we really went in depth about, how you got here, who are your football influences, and lo and behold, we've had to talk about all of them, unfortunately. Even Ryan Berger, who had to medically retire after the main game. But it's a great group. They continue to work hard. And you mentioned Michael Merdinger. He just got something about him, the reps I've seen, that he'll turn a play that you think, okay, this one's dead to rights, and he'll make a play. He's just got, I don't want to call it the it factor, but a way to kind of make the plays continue, and Vasco obviously has that kind of trait as well.
Yeah, and we're going to need that, obviously. So, and I think the more experience that Mike gets and the other guys get, the more confident they'll be. This is one of those games that if it ends up being those guys, they got to be smart, got to take care of it, not put our defense in some bad situations, and go out there and move the ball and with their ability the best way they know how.
All right, Coach, let you get a bite to eat, and I'll bring you back here in about 20 minutes or so.
All right, sounds good.
All right, head coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight, talking Liberty football. Liberty will be at Old Dominion coming up on Saturday for a 6 o'clock kickoff. Our pregame show comes your way at 4:30, and you can watch it on ESPN+. All right, folks, want to tell you about Tailgate Town. Gather your friends and family and let us do all the work. Located right outside of Gate 1 of Williams Stadium, Tailgate Town. It's a way to take your tailgating to the next level. Sponsored by Frank Good Builders with different size tent options, tables, and chairs. To purchase a tent, call or text us at 434-582-2582. That is Tailgate Town, presented by Frank Good Builders. Our show's brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by linebacker Derell Ferrar as our Liberty football show with head coach Jamey Chadwell continues live from Mellow Mushroom after this timeout from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your certified Generac backup generator experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right. Back inside Mellow Mushroom here tonight on this Thursday night, talking Liberty Flames football. My name is Alan York. We'll be here till 7:30. Our show brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. Liberty 1-3 will head onto the road out to Norfolk to play Old Dominion on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. The Monarchs are 2-1, while Liberty, again, comes in after the game against James Madison. And here to give us the defensive take on what's going on with Liberty football, let's welcome in linebacker Derell Ferrar. Derell, good to have you on the show here tonight. Thanks for coming out. How you doing here today?
I'm good, man. Let's
good.
Be in this position.
Well, looking at how you've progressed here, Derell, transfer from Appalachian State, out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Also have Loganville, Georgia down here. Is that somewhat close to Stone Mountain?
It's a little out the way. That's where I went to high school.
Okay, yeah. I got you. And so you committed to Appalachian. You're there for a couple of years, and now you're a Liberty Flame.
Yes, sir.
And, a lot of fans have been enjoying watching you play, number 11 on defense. And game 1, Maine, 1 tackle. Game 2, Jacksonville State, 6. Game 3, 8 tackles, Bowling Green. 10 tackles against James Madison. That was a career high for you. Again, you probably want the win more than anything as far as that goes, being a team player. But Take us inside your time here at Liberty, what you've enjoyed about playing football here and being a student athlete on the mountain.
I mean, what I think I enjoy most is just being with the guys, man, being with this team. These guys really love being with each other, and I love playing ball with them. I think that's the most important thing is just being with the guys you love and doing what you love. So,
where did that love come from with this team? Meaning you were at one institution, you hit the portal. What were you looking for in your next stop?
I mean, like I came from a team with love. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to find another team with love. When I came on my visit, and I already knew some of the guys on this team, like Ryan Berger, Marcus Clark, some of my former teammates.
They were at Appalachian with you.
Yeah, I think that made it easier for me. And then when I met the guys, it was a no-brainer, man.
So when you were hitting that portal and you were hitting those guys up, and Marcus came with you this year, Ryan was here a year ago. What did Ryan tell you about his first year here on the mountain that kind of enticed you even more to kind of look into being here at Liberty?
We love ball.
Love ball.
We love what you do.
There you go.
That's all it was.
Okay. And Ryan now is student assistant. Tough to see, him having to medically retire. What kind of impact has he had on this team, even though he can't, suit it up anymore?
I mean, I see him all the time in there working. I'll be in there watching film, and I see Ryan in there working too. So
yeah,
I see he's still doing everything to his best of his ability, bringing his best to the table. So.
Now, you play linebacker, Derell, and one thing that Jamey Chadwell tells us, you're in that football facility sometimes more than the coaches are. And you had to be because you got here a little bit later in the process. Take us through the process of committing to Liberty. It was a little bit later on in the summer, if you will, but not what led to that. That's none of our business. But getting onto campus and kind of getting into the playbook, what was that process like for you?
I mean, I think it was cool to just kind of start over again. I think I had to start from point zero, which is nothing I'm not used to, just having to dive in and really give everything I got.
And what were some of those, different playbooks, obviously, different terminology, but it's football. Football's football.
Football is football.
You see the ball, and you hit the guy who's got the ball. From that aspect, you're going full speed. What do you love about football, and who kind of introduced you to the sport?
Who introduced me? I think, my dad was a coach when I was a kid, so I've just always been around it. It's pictures of me as a baby just holding the football, so I think I was born with the football, honestly.
What's your dad's name?
Donnell.
Donnell.
Yes, sir.
Got it. And what was it about the playbook that when you dove into it here at Liberty, who kind of helped you with the playbook and those types of things?
First, I was with Coach Lynham every day, man.
Yeah, Josh, yeah.
Yeah, me
Linebackers
and Coach Lynham was in there every day, so I definitely got to get at the coach. And then also just being with the guys, man, like when I first got there, I made mistakes. Guys, they was quick to help me. It was never no bad feelings. It was always all love. So.
Joined by Derell Ferrar, Liberty linebacker, here with Liberty football, the Flames at Old Dominion on Saturday. Take us inside the locker room, Derell. Some things stay inside the locker room when it comes to, team is 1-3. We get that. But what can you take us inside the mental state of this team and what keeps you guys going week to week?
Well, like Coach said, we're older. So I think we have a good mindset of just keeping the main thing, man, and showing up every day, trying to execute your job, trying to get better every day. Everybody's head is up, so we're preparing to the best of our ability, which doesn't start Monday. That started in, January.
Sure.
Preparing to. You stack those days and stack those little wins, and the rest of everything else will follow.
I update each player's kind of bio stuff on my computer system, Derell, and I typed in your career high before James Madison was 9 tackles at Clemson a year ago, and you surpassed it this past week. Despite the setback to JMU, it just seems like the last few weeks – it seems like you're just a step ahead. Is that game film prep? Is that all of the above? What do you think has aided to your improvement in this defense?
I mean, I think, like I say, man, just believing in your preparation, man, knowing in the work that you've put in, the hours that you've put in, and just knowing what you can do, believing yourself to the best ability. Those little wins will stack yourself.
Take us into that prep, Derell. Game's over. James Madison was a 3:30 kick. You've got the evening to kind of wind down with some friends and family. When did you start looking into Old Dominion, and what does that – it's different player to player, but you have so many resources, film and scouting reports. When does that prep start for you in this defense?
I mean, I think it definitely has to start as soon as it can. Like you said, we had a 3:30 kickoff, so I watched the game, dove into ODU a little bit on Saturday, really got into it on that Sunday, and then, like I said, just keep stacking new things every day. When you try to watch something new, new things that you can pick up on.
One thing watching film and just listening to some podcasts and interviews on Old Dominion, and even watching their game with Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago, the wideouts are really spread out. Rarely do they have a wing or tight ends. At some point they do, but they spread things out. What challenges does that present for a defense?
I mean, I think obviously they want to spread you out to what their main goal is, to probably run the ball when they spread you out like that. So I think everybody has to be tuned in on that, but at the same time knowing what your job is and doing your job. Everybody has their job that they have to do to their best of their ability. We do that, we'll be in the best position.
I'm going to get Coach's thoughts on this. The coaching fraternity and football fraternity lost Sean Clark on late Sunday or early Monday morning, if you will. He was your coach at Appalachian State, and Coach Chadwell and his staff competed with them when they were at their previous school. Tell us about your relationship with Sean Clark, who was the head coach at App State and then left to go to UCF as the O-line coach for Scott Frost.
Right.
And we were talking a little bit off air about that was your guy. And I'm sorry, condolences to you and those that knew Sean Clark really well. But what kind of man was him? What kind of impact did he have on you?
Man, he had a great impact on me, man. He recruited me out of high school. He was one of the first people to believe in me. I believe he might have been my third offer out of high school. So he honestly was there from the beginning. He gave me the first opportunity I had to do what I love at a high level. So I forever thank him for that, man. And what I can say I learned from him is just to fight, man. To always keep digging. Like, the fight is never over with Coach Clark. It's never over.
Joined by Derell Ferrar, Liberty linebacker. A year ago this weekend was the football game that Liberty was supposed to play at Appalachian State. And the floods came through that area. And I know Appalachian plays at Boise State this week coming up, but they've been talking about the kind of the year anniversary of those storms that came through that area. Do you talk to Marcus Clark and Ryan Berger about and some of the guys that were on the team for Liberty last year and about that game that was canceled? Has that come up at all this week, if any, at all?
Not so much this week. We've kind of been, focused on what we have at task. But at the end of the day, we still remember those times. We don't forget those times. Those were, rough for the people in West Carolina. So it's something that we definitely hold close to our heart.
Let's take a minute now, Derell, to talk about your family down in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Who's back home? And I know you got a lot of brothers and sisters that are big Derell Ferrar fans. So who's back home, kind of what they do, and tell us about your family a little bit.
Yeah, man, I got my mom. She's an instructional coach, so she's like the teachers for teachers.
Okay.
It's how I like to describe it. And she's doing good, man. I got my baby brother, Dallas. He play football. He balling.
Okay. How old is Dallas?
He's 10.
10, okay.
Yeah, 10.
I got it.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about your dad as well. He played football and coached some football?
Yeah, my dad was a coach when I was a kid, so I always grew up around it. He coached me at one point in middle school, which is actually my last time playing offense.
What did you play on offense?
I played quarterback.
Okay.
I played quarterback.
We had Trey Lawling out here last week, and he was talking about he was a quarterback at Appomattox High School, and now he plays a lot of defense. Do you miss playing quarterback?
No, that's when I decided I'd be a linebacker.
Well, take us into this Old Dominion team right now. They love to run the football. Their quarterback's playing at a high level. Going into their home game. Night games are always fun. I don't care if it's home or away. But what's it going to take to get a win and kind of get this thing going again, Derell?
I think it's cool to play these in-state schools. You know what I'm saying? I always bring people. But like I say, it's just going to take everybody doing their job. They're 1-11 doing their job. If everybody does their job and their responsibility, we'll be in good position. Number
11. When you got here, did you request a number, or is that just the jersey they gave you?
Nah, actually, I wanted 0, but my boy J-Rock had snagged it from me. So I honestly don't care, though.
Just give me a jersey. I want to go play, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
How about academically? Communications major, it says?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
What are your aspirations once football's done for you?
Well, I was working with communication and advertising, so I was trying to work some Photoshop classes and stuff like that. Some graphic design is kind of what I've been into.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have like a logo for your brand or anything?
Nah, I need to make one.
You need? Okay.
I need to make
Who on this team maybe
one.
has their own brand and has a logo for them?
I need to make one. I know my boy Casey be doing YouTube. You know
Okay.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell the fans out here tonight, Derell, about kind of, hey, we're going to be okay. This team and this, we're going to be okay, and we're going to turn this thing around. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We're going to keep digging, man. We need
Keep
y'all
digging.
to keep digging.
Strike
with
that
us.
stone.
Yes, sir.
All right, Derell Ferrar with us here tonight. Derell, nice job. Thanks for coming out with us.
Thank you.
All right, Derell Ferrar out
Yes,
of
sir.
Stone Mountain, Georgia, Liberty linebacker, wears number 11. So be sure to check out Derell wearing the white jerseys, I think, on Saturday. So red helmet, white jersey, and the red breeches on Saturday at Old Dominion. All right, that's Derell Ferrar. We're going to be chatting with Jay Billingsley when we come back, Liberty place kicker. And he's from South Carolina, transferred in from Gardner-Webb. And we'll get to Jay's story coming up as we continue on our Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union after this timeout for Van Wagner.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season. And that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Back inside Mellow Mushroom here tonight as we talk Liberty Flames football. Our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Want to thank the staff at Mellow Mushroom for hosting us each week. And it never fails. I get in here about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and the tables are all set for us to set our stuff up. So if Bob is, I don't know if Bobby is in the area anywhere. Bobby, shout out to Bobby. He helps run Mellow Mushroom. So we thank you, Bobby, for helping us here, and your great staff each and every week. Speaking of which, next week, we will be here. That is October 2nd. If you come on the 9th, we will not be here. So don't come on the 9th. 16th, we will be here. So there's a theme going on here in October every other week. 2nd, 16th. After that, Kathy's what? The 30th. Right, there you go. Sorry, I didn't give her a chance to answer that. But midweek ball games coming up in the first one in a couple of weeks at UTEP. And then there's a home game after that. So only 2 games in October, but 3 radio shows every other week. So next week we'll be here as we recap the Old Dominion game, and it's going to be a win. It is going to be a win over the Monarchs. I am fully confident of that. All right, we're going to have Coach Chadwell come back here in just a couple of minutes. I want to thank Derell Ferrar, Liberty linebacker, for hopping on with us and chopping it up a little bit. He's enjoying some pizza, and going to get place kicker Jay Billingsley in the house now as we talk to Jay, redshirt senior from Belton, South Carolina. First off, Jay, pizza-wise, what did y'all order here tonight?
We just got a normal cheese pizza over there.
Normal cheese.
Yes, sir.
You keep it somewhat healthy. No, pepperoni or sausage or anything
Nothing
like
crazy.
that. There you go. Well, thanks for coming on with us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Just like Derell, you transferred in from a previous institution, Gardner-Webb. A lot of success there with the Running Bulldogs, and now you're Liberty Flame. When you wanted to get in the portal and find that next home for you, what were some of those boxes that you wanted to check off?
So it's always been a dream of mine to play FBS ball.
Yep.
And so I wanted to go to a bigger school, have that experience, and I just wanted to go to a family culture and a welcoming environment. And obviously Liberty has some of the nicest facilities in America. So
yeah, let me get that mic. You can stretch it closer to you there. There we go.
Oh,
all right.
sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. That was my fault. I should have had you prepared before you went on here.
No, you're good.
So you wanted to compete at the highest level, FBS football, and when did Liberty – I know a little bit about this story talking to your position coach, Dylan Llewellyn. He was telling me about some kicking coaches some of you guys have, and he mentioned a Dan Orner. Is that name?
Dan Orner, yes,
okay. Just make sure my notes are right here. And how did the connection happen between you and Liberty?
So I've been working with Dan Orner since my senior year in high school.
Okay.
And he's a coach. He's probably the best kicking coach in America, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's got so many big names in college, NFL, and all that. And so once I entered the portal, I started working with him a lot.
Yeah.
And I was asking him, hey, do you know any places that are looking for kickers, like any coaches I could get in contact? And one of the first names he gave me was Liberty.
Right.
And so I started contacting Coach Lou back in February. And we were just talking about every week, just checking in. I was sending him clips of me kicking and all that. And then eventually I came on my visit in April and made that happen.
I think he also worked with Colin Carhue, who was here kicking last year.
He did.
Did y'all talk any before he decided to commit here?
He was actually the host on my visit.
Was he really?
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go.
Yeah.
That did help out. And so now you're here at Liberty. As Coach talked about, there's been some ups and downs, and you're kind of trending upwards now. A couple of big kicks last week against James Madison. 47 yards and 35 yards. Did those kicks feel like more like Jay Billingsley of what the success you've typically had?
Yes, sir. It definitely felt good getting those under my belt last week. I had a great fall camp.
You did.
Charted, 130.
Yeah, I've got some of the notes here, and Dylan shared these with us, including live reps against a full rush coming at you and just the reps that you get with just a holder and a snapper, 94 for 103. I might be off a little bit on those, but those are some of the numbers that he gave me. Tremendous fall camp. And like those 2 kicks last week, when you hit them, take us through that feeling. Like, I've never been a kicker. I don't know anybody. Raise your hand if you've been a place kicker in here. Anybody? You're the only one, Jay. So what does that feel like from operation, from great snap to hold and the kick? It's got to be exhilarating.
Mm-hmm. It's a good feeling. It all starts snapper and holder. I got a great snapper and holder, Ryan Manis and Max Morgan. They get the operation down. They make it real fast. And basically my process once I get there in game, like I know I've kicked 100,000 balls before.
Right.
I know everything I need to do. I just got to slow myself down.
Okay.
And I got a little easy process to go through. Head down, slow down, and swing my leg.
Take us into the group that you've got. I mean, Max Morgan's our punter. He kicks off for us. Braden Beck, who's been a kicker here for a long time, and Tyler Black, who transferred in from Wake Forest. And we see you guys at practice. You kind of have your own little huddle sometimes, just kind of watching other guys do what they do. But you put in your work just like everybody else. So that group that you work with every day, the specialists, how tight of a bond do you have with those guys?
We're a very tight group. Obviously, I got here in May, early June. And so getting to know these guys, it's been a great experience. And we've gotten really close. And we like to cut up and joke around a little bit. And we're always going to the other field and getting to work. And we motivate each other. And we always have each other's backs. So that's something that's a really big piece.
There was a play a couple of weeks ago, Bowling Green, the onside kick that Max kind of ran up on. And we joked last week that as soon as we came on the plane, we sat right behind Max, and he was like, before you even ask, I had that ball. Like, is there another story in between from that onside kick that maybe we don't know about, that from his perspective, or kind of a unique question, but anything y'all joked about after that onside kick? It didn't go the way of the Flames, but it certainly on video review looked like it did.
Yeah, he was. He told us a little story about how he was down there with the ball, and the ref was like, "All right, let go." So he just let go, and so we kind of got on him a little bit, like you can never let go.
Oh, I haven't heard that part yet. Okay.
It's a Liberty ball. So.
Joined by Jay Billingsley, Liberty place kicker. When did you first? Not everybody can do this. Not everybody can snap it. That's a unique art as well.
It is.
When did you start place kicking? And was it straight on? Was it from the angle, like soccer style? When did you start doing this?
So I played soccer my whole life.
Yeah.
And when I got into 8th grade, one of my really good friends, his dad became the head coach of our middle school team.
Okay.
And my dad always wanted me to go out there and kick. And he's like, you got to try. Like, you got a good leg in soccer. Like, let's try it. And then once one of my friends told me, he's like, hey, if you could just come out to one practice a week, you can play in the games. Like, we don't have a kicker, because I was playing club soccer at the time.
Okay.
And so eventually we went out, me and my dad, on the field right before fall camp started in middle school. And it wasn't that bad the first time we did. So we're like, hey, we need to stick with this and start working with some coaches.
Okay. Now, your career long 54 yards a year ago against Eastern Illinois. Was that – what part of the game was that? And what do you remember about that 54-yard kick?
I honestly blacked out on a lot of that
Wow.
after I made that. But it was in the second quarter going into that game. And, and so I wasn't expecting to go out for the field goal, because normally they wouldn't let me have any attempts past 50, even though, like, in practice, like, I would hit something outside of that. But in the game, they would never normally do that. So I was just kind of sitting there, and they're like, field goal. I was like, oh, okay, let's go out there and do it.
Right.
And then I remember walking out there, and they were like, hey, like, you got this? Do you want us to call a timeout? And I was like, no. Like, I knew what the school record was. I was like, this is my chance to do it. So went out there, and then I remember seeing the kick go through the uprights, and that's when I kind of just blacked out. I was so excited.
Jay, you hear so many stories about kickers and how unique mentally they are. And like you said, do you want us to call a timeout? What do you like when you're getting ready? We can see you go to the net and get a couple of practice kicks up, but how nerve-wracking is it when people are like, okay, Jay, go get him, go, you can do it, or do you just stay away from me? Like, where's that fine line for you?
I mean, I don't really mind if people come up and say things to me, but like, they're like, hey, man, like, don't miss, or like, I've had people do that before. It's like, you don't have to say that.
Wow.
Like,
you ever talk to him, Derell? No? Okay, gotcha. Which side of what hash mark or in the middle, where's your sweet spot? If you have a thing that, okay, this is where I'm most comfortable kicking. Not yardage-wise, but left, right, in the middle.
I'd say naturally, just because I'm a right-footed kicker, it's normally middle over to the left hash.
Okay.
It's like more of a strong suit, because right hash is more across your body.
Yep.
But I'm comfortable anywhere on the field.
And from the snap operation to the hold, do you have a mental clock, or is it just clock work that you don't even think about it? Here's my steps. I'm kicking it. The ball better be there.
Just for like the operation, we try to get a 1.25 second operation, and I'm mainly just focused on when I'm back there. Whenever I see Max give the flash, I know right when I see the flash, that's where I can start my process of getting moving towards the ball. So.
Who else has held besides? I only see Max out there. Sam?
Yeah, Sam at practice.
Y'all flip-flop just in case something happens?
I've had a lot of work with Sam. Yes, sir.
I got you. Okay. Joined by Jay Billingsley, Liberty place kicker here tonight. A couple more thoughts here, Jay. Going into Old Dominion, this team is trying to right the ship. What's the locker room vibe been this week as you get ready for the Monarchs?
Locker room vibe has been very good. No one's down or anything. Like, we know what we're capable of, and we just got to go out there and show everybody. And everyone's motivated to put that on the field, put that on tape for everybody to see. So
you got your undergrad at Gardner-Webb. You're working on some grad school work right now. Take us through what you're working on here this fall, academic-wise.
So right now I'm doing the master's certificate program in business, and it's just classes for this semester. I kind of say I'm here for football. And
you got your degree. I did the same thing when I was in college. I got my degree, came back for a fifth year because I redshirted my first year, but fans don't care about me doing that. But I'm similar boat as you are. Post-football aspirations for you, what are those, career-wise?
So my dad actually works in the pest control industry.
Okay.
And so I know that's kind of different. I have a degree in economics and finance.
Got it.
And I see myself taking that route and kind of following his footsteps in that sort of nature. Yes, sir.
They're not a sponsor. Is it a local or a national company? Assuming he's in South Carolina?
It's a national company.
But they still live in Belton, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, which is 20 minutes south from Greenville.
20, 30 minutes.
So he's in that business. What about your siblings or your mom? Give us an idea what they're up to.
My mom is a real estate agent.
Okay.
And I have an older sister named Jordan. She's 25, and she works at a vet.
Got it. Okay. How about your thoughts on the first couple of home games, what the crowd has been like when you go through the gates? And you talked about my goal was to play at the highest level of FCS football, and just the role the fans have in what you guys do. What was Saturday? It came close to a stadium record against James Madison. A lot of people there. They were loud. And what's that like for you running through the gates, and what do you do as you kind of come onto the field?
The feeling is unreal when you run out right before you start the game and you got the band playing, the crowd's going crazy. I mean, there's not many things that can beat that feeling, honestly. And just whenever there's a big play and you just hear the crowd go crazy. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about playing football is just being in front of the crowd and just having that atmosphere around you.
Well, Jay, we've enjoyed having you on here tonight. Jay wears number 43, so be sure to look out for him on Saturday, Old Dominion. Have fun against the Monarchs. Bring back a win, and let's get ready for October, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, place kicker Jay Billingsley with us here tonight. And I want to thank Derell Ferrar as well, our student-athlete guests. We'll take another timeout. We'll wrap things up. Another parting thought from head coach Jamey Chadwell as we wrap up our Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union live tonight at Mellow Mushroom on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing, your local HVAC experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, a couple more minutes here as our Liberty Football Show continues from Mellow Mushroom, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Liberty at Old Dominion on Saturday, 6 o'clock kickoff. Our pregame radio coverage comes your way at 4:30 on the Liberty Flames mobile app, worldwide, libertyflames.com. We'll have our Liberty video streams as well on our social media channels, and our Journey statewide network, including flagship station 88.3 FM in Lynchburg. All right. Jamey Chadwell, head coach, joins us back here for a couple more minutes. We'll talk about Old Dominion in a second, Coach, but our thoughts and prayers that we talked to Derell Ferrar, who played for Sean Clark. We lost Coach Clark, the coaching fraternity, back early Monday morning. I know you competed against him in the Sun Belt. Chad Scott, your strength coach, was tight with him as well. Yep. Hated to hear the news, but our thoughts and prayers are with those that knew Sean Clark really well.
Yeah, Sean was just a great man. You know, I mean, you mentioned Rel talking about him, and Marcus Clark and Ryan. I mean, they all obviously loved and cared for him because he was down to earth. He was a humble guy. That app job was obviously his. I mean, that's where he played. Dream. Like that was his dream, you know. And so I know that place took a lot out of him. But you know, him and Janelle is his wife. He's got 2 kids. We spent some time at some functions outside of football and got a chance to know him. And he was just somebody you always wanted to hang around. You know, he was one of those guys. And I hate it for the guys that played for him and all his former teammates because. I mean, he was just 50 years old, you know, and obviously it's when it's your time, as you know. The Lord gives you the opportunity there. I just hate that he's not with us anymore, and just because he always impacted young people, and you can tell with the players we have how he impacted them, and so there's going to be future players who are going to miss out on his impact.
And coaches have that huge impact on student athletes. Your staff does as well, and not only your athletes, but those of us that are able to be around your staff, Coach. Top-notch guys, and we wish you well on Saturday. Quick take on Old Dominion, and we'll let you get out of here.
They're playing well. You know, obviously they got one loss. It was Indiana. Everybody knows how good Indiana is right now. And so their quarterback is playing lights out, running the ball in, throwing it. They're scoring a lot of points. And we got to do a good job of stopping them in the red zone, holding them to field goals. I think they've scored all touchdowns once they got in there, so we got to hold them to that. And we got to be able to finish defensively and offensively. We got to keep the ball from them. You know, they're not giving up a lot of points. And so we got to be able to hold the ball, rush it. We got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. And then when we have opportunities to make some big plays, we got to make the throws and got to make the catch.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time here tonight. Look forward to being out in Norfolk on Saturday, and good luck to the Flames, okay?
Thank you.
Flames. All right. Flames, that's head coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight talking Liberty football, our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Again, the details, 6 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Our broadcast time, 4:30, and you can watch it on ESPN+. Better yet, Norfolk's not that far of a drive. Come on out, wear your red, and let's pull the Flames in for a good win over Old Dominion. I want to thank Coach and our players here today, Derell Ferrar and Jay Billingsley, and our help engineering-wise from Jamey Hall and Matt McWhorter. Thanks to the staff and management of Mellow Mushroom as well. I'm Alan York, signing off. We will talk to you Saturday, Liberty at Old Dominion on the radio. This is Liberty Football from Van Wagner.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty Football Show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty Football Show was also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. The Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union, has been an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.